Hi everybody, it's Rebecca. I just wanted to get on real quick and say hi and just kind of post some questions out there to see if anybody's interested in giving some tips about conferences. Conference season is coming up. I'm beginning our conference tour. I work for a math curriculum company called Right Start, and I get to travel all over and talk about the curriculum that I love. But I also love going to conferences, and over the years I've realized that there's some really great little tips. And so I just wanted to share a couple of my favorite and then ask you if you have any favorites. Just go ahead and let me know if you've posted a video. Comment below about it, and I'll put a link in my comments and to your video or to your blog or wherever for some great tips for people for how they survive their homeschool conferences. So my first tip is bring a water bottle. Number one foremost, because they are usually everybody around it, it's just very dry. And I get headaches very easily if I don't get enough water. So my tip for me is a water bottle. One of the other things I really strive for is to make sure I can get my husband there. Getting your significant other to the conference, even if they're not the one schooling, is just so tremendous. And it helps them understand everything that you have to kind of sift through and all of the curriculums and everything that you need to do and need to consider for your children. So try to bring your significant other and try not to bring your children. I know that seems really wrong, but make it a special weekend or a special day with you and your husband or your wife or whomever to really kind of focus on the children without the distraction of the children. It's really important to have that time to connect, and having that weekend with just my husband is something that I absolutely love. So we are heading off to our conference for the year. We live in the upper Midwest, and so we go to the one in St. Paul called Mache, and my husband's going to be the one traveling around and going to all the conference speakers this weekend. I have to work the booth, which is fabulous. I love doing it. But he's the one that gets to go around and listen to all the speakers and get rejuvenated. Another tip I also have is I'm just going to keep it to 3, is to give yourself permission to not go to one of the sessions, to maybe get the video or the audio, of that session, and to instead spend the time to slowly and methodically go through the vendor hall. And typically, you want to go with a plan, so know what curriculums you need. Make sure you also know which ones you don't need. And go through the vendor hall, and during one of the sessions, because it's a lot less busy, and people are able to talk to you then. And I love it when people take a time off at and go through the vendor hall that have questions. And so a lot of people decide that they're not going to buy anything the first day, and they just go and they just kind of see what's there. They talk with their husband, because by the time they're at the end of the first day, they're overwhelmed. And the next day, they take a time off, and instead of going to one of the talks, they get the audio that they would have wanted to go to, and they walk through the vendor hall and talk with the people instead. And they have a lot easier time because there's less people to have that one-on-one discussion, especially if you're challenged on a curriculum that you really want to do. So those are my tips. Please comment below if you have some other homeschool conference tips that you would like to share, some things that really have helped you get through. I hope everybody has great times at their conferences. If you've never gone, I really encourage you to go. They are inspiring, encouraging, and it's just a great way to get reconnected, especially kind of at the end of the year when you're feeling really tired and like you need to just keep going and barreling through. So you guys all have great curriculum or great conferences. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.